This video is how to put together your canister. So you should have 2 circles and 2 rectangles. You're going to take one circle and put it aside. I chose my thicker circle to be my base because it's going to hold all the weight of the project. The rectangles I cut are too big for, are a little bit big, but they don't go quite all the way around. So there's room to cut some off if like the ends are a little messed up or deformed, because through transportation they might have gotten a little messed up. So before this gets too dry, you want to make sure you put this together. So we're doing this first. You're going to use your rake tool, and I'm going to score all the way around the top edge of my base. Let me say that again. The top edge of the base, all the way around. Scratch it up really good. Okay, you're not doing around the outside edge. You're doing on the top. And then you take your first slab. Now mine are very soft, I just made these, so they're a little wobbly. If you want to take a hair dryer to it to dry it up a little bit, you can, but otherwise you can just kind of play with it and get it onto the base. I scored the bottom edge of my slab. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little bit of water around my base to make the slip adhere. And then I'm going to take my scored side down. So this is my scored side. I'm going to turn it down and put it on top of the base. Okay? Very important that you put it on top of the base. Meaning I'm not wrapping it around the base. So I'm not doing this. I'm not taking this shape here and I'm not going around the outside. I'm putting it right on top. Okay. I'm going to line up the edge so it goes right up to the edge of the circle. Okay. And then I'm going to blend on the outside first. So you get a better view of this. I'm going to turn this on its side. You're going to blend the edge here onto your base. And you're going to go all the way around and do that. It's better to keep it flat while you're doing this. And you're just going to blend and blend and blend. The reason we don't score and slip it around the base is because then the top would fall through. But because we put it on top of the base, it should be the right size when we put the top on. Okay, so I need a little bit more to fill in the rest of my canister. So I'm going to use my tool, my triangle tool, and I'm going to cut my edge at an angle. I'm going to do that all the way down here. Let me turn this around. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to cut it at an angle. This is going to help when we put it together to keep it from being too thick and bulky in the area that it connected. Okay. Then on the inside, before I get the rest of this on, I'm going to take a coil to line the inside. So I need a bigger coil. There we go. And this should already be scored on the bottom. You should see your score marks, but I'm going to score the sidewall a little bit on the bottom. So that bottom edge, all the way down here. Let's see, you can see that a little bit better. There we go. All around here. All around here, you're going to score at the bottom. And then I'm going to score my coil. Use a little bit of water. And I'm going to line the inside base with a coil. Now this is going to keep that seam attached. So you break off your excess that you don't need. And I put my hand on the outside and I'm going to blend. I blend it up and I blend it down. And you do this before you get this last piece on, so it's easy to get in to blend. Up and then down. And I put my hand on the outside so that when I'm blending, I'm not pushing the walls out and ruining this nice straight line here. And down. Okay. I turn this, going up and down. Up and down. Up, and down. Okay, and I'm just going to smooth it the best I can. Make sure I didn't push it out too far. There we go. And run this on. Okay. Next, we need to fill in this last piece here. So you can do one of two things. You can measure with a ruler, or you can cut it just a little bit bigger than what you want it to be. I line it up. I'm just going to cut it a little bit bigger and trim it as I put it into place. All right, so we trimmed the side at an angle like this. So on this one, we're going to cut the other corner off so that they fit flush together. And same with this one, so we're going to cut the inside corner off. Okay, inside corner. So it helps to angle so you're not bulking up this piece. So, because if you kept them flat and the two edges you put them together, okay, so we put them together like this, it doesn't have as good a grip, but if you overlap them, it increases the thickness and it makes a bulky spot. So if you just angle it slightly and slide the edges in, it makes a better connection. All right, this one's still a little bit too big, so I'm going to trim it up a little bit more. There we go. It's a little trial and error to figure it out, how big you need to make this edge. And I just think a little bit more up here on the top. Then you're going to score all the way up the wall here, and all the way up the wall on the other side, the bottom of this side. There we go. It's a little bit better. And then the sides here that you cut at the angle. A little bit of water. A little bit of water. And you're going to line it up right on that edge, okay? And you're gonna blend it over on the outside first. Okay. Blend the bottom to the base. Blend the top a little bit. And then I blend the other side as well. And there we go. And you're going to blend it over the seam, like so. And then smooth it off as much as you can. Blend the top, the edge, and then you're going to blend the inside as well. When you blend the inside, okay, you're going to be very careful and just blend right over that seam. If you have trouble reaching, I usually use the back of a tool that's kind of hooked. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. That helps push the clay over that seam, especially if you have trouble reaching. And then you're going to do the other side as well. And then smooth it as much as you can. And then the last thing you're gonna do is put a little bit of coil on the bottom of that piece. Remember to score it. Score the inside. A little bit of water and blend. And this is a little tricky, that's why we try to keep it a smaller piece, so that when you go to blend, you don't have a big chunky bottom here. There we go. Okay. So now you can just continue to smooth it out a little bit. Use a wet sponge, not too wet. You don't want to douse the project to make it leak. But you can, rub that along the inside and clean up the bottom, because it's the harder to reach area. You can use it to clean the side walls. I'm going to get it as smooth as possible. Okay. Alright. And then there you go. There you go. Here's your base of your cylinder. You're not attaching this one till after we decorate it. Okay, so this doesn't go on right away. So now you should have a cylinder and the top. My next video will show you how to decorate the top.